Hello? Michael. Hi. All right. So, can I help you?
Can you just give us your reaction to the sad news today?
Yeah, I'm very sad, devastated. We've known he's been ill for a long time, and just very sad to hear that he's passed on. I've spoken to Olivia, and she's been very strong. And I'd like to ask people maybe to be very kind to her and Danny at this time, George's son. He's a lovely man. I love him dearly. I grew up with him, and I like to remember all the great times we had together in Liverpool and with the Beatles, and ever since, really. To say I'm very sad for him and his family and for all of us. He's a fantastic guy, lovely man, great sense of humour. I was lucky enough to see him a couple of weeks ago, and he was still laughing and joking. Very brave man. And I'm just privileged to have known him, and I love him like he's my brother. It was a very sad day for me and for a lot of other people, but I think he would have wanted us, to get on and be loving and remember him as the great man he was.
You say you've spoken to the family. How are they? How are they taking?
They're devastated like we all are, but they're very strong. And Olivia has her son Danny, who's a really great guy and is being very strong and very supportive in this situation. So it's in a way it's probably a blessed release. George has been through a lot of problems recently, and I understand the end was very peaceful, so that's a blessing.
What do you think he'll be remembered for the most? What's his finest moments?
George, I think his music will live on forever, and his personality. He's a very strong, loving man, but he didn't suffer fools gladly, as anyone who knew him will know. And he's a great man. I think he'll be remembered as a great man in his own right.
When was the last time you saw him and spoke to him?
Saw him a couple of weeks ago, yeah.
And how was he then? What was his...
He was quite ill, obviously, but as I say, we were laughing and joking, just like nothing was going on. He's always been a very brave guy, and I was impressed by his strength. But I kind of knew he'd be like that, because that's how he always was, Beautiful man.
Is it particularly emotional for you, given your own personal experiences?
Yeah, of course. Well, it's very emotional for anyone who loses somebody, and someone as long as I've known George. I mean, we were school friends together, and we joined the Beatles together and went through all of that together, so it's a very sad day. But I understand, as I say, he went peacefully, and so that's a blessing. And I just prefer to now think of all the great times we had together. He's a really lovely guy, and remember him with all the warmth that I think he would have liked to have been remembered by.
How will you personally be sort of remembering him and paying tribute?
Just personally, just in my own heart. I love him, he's like a baby brother to me. So I'll just keep quiet now and just remember him. I say, we're obviously talking about him already, and I'm remembering some very silly stories. We had some great times together, So that's how I'll choose to remember him.
Are there any that you'd like to share with us? Any particularly funny ones that you've
No, they're personal for me. In time I may get around to telling them, but today's not the day for that.
Of course. Thank you very much.
Okay,
indeed.
thanks a lot, everyone.
That's great. Thank
See
you
ya.
very much.